Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a mini perfume haul. I have two new niche fragrances in my collection, and I also have an affordable fragrance that I am loving so much and I cannot wait to share with you guys. So they were all kindly sent to me. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's jump right into today's haul. First two that I'm going to talk about were kindly sent to me by So Avant-Garde. Thank you so much to the team over at So Avant-Garde for being so kind and generous, and I just appreciate you guys so much, and I definitely recommend that you check out their website. They offer samples, they also offer full-size niche fragrances, and they have great prices. So I have two fragrances to share with you, and up until now, every single fragrance that I have received from So Avant-Garde has been a complete hit for me. But I'm so grateful to even have the opportunity to receive these fragrances, but I'm always going to be completely honest with you guys. There's nothing more important to me than letting you guys know 100% my honest thoughts, and I am so happy that I can work with companies who respect that. That's so important to me. So for today's haul, I have two fragrances that were sent to me. One of them is a love, and the other one I'm gonna have to sadly give it to someone. I'm thinking maybe my husband or my father-in-law, because my father-in-law is a cologne junkie. Like, he loves that. Like, I've given him samples before. I don't really deal with too much like men fragrances, but whenever I have like samples or whenever it's his birthday or Christmas, I usually like to give him cologne or something like that, because he just really loves to smell good. So I'm thinking I might be giving him this one. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see if my husband likes it. If not, I'm thinking I'll give it to him because it smells great. I'm not saying it smells bad at all. It's just not my type of scent, but I'm still going to review it. I'm going to let you know all about it. So before I get into the fragrances, I'm going to be putting my discount code on the screen so that you could take advantage of 20% off of your order with my code Amy20. And I'm also going to be putting the link to these fragrances in the description box so that you guys can check them out. So the first one I'm going to talk about is one that I had in my perfume collection when I first started doing YouTube videos, and this fragrance has like a strong prominent note of cardamom in it, and back then I loved the fragrance, but then I was kind of struggling with it a little bit, so I decided to declutter it, and I regretted it pretty much almost instantly because it's a fragrance that I can still remember how it smells. It's unique, it's beautiful, and I believe it also has coffee note in it. Yeah, this has so many notes that I really love, and this is by Laik, and this is Soay Laik. So this is back in my collection. I'm so happy that I have this back in my collection. This is a beautiful fragrance, and I actually appreciate it more now than back then. Like, I actually really enjoy this one so much more. I sprayed it the day that it came in the mail, and first of all, look at this bottle. Just the bottle alone, gorgeous. This is like a little bracelet, I think, that you can wear, but it's so beautiful. It's so crazy that I'm even talking about this. It takes me back. But the main accords for Laik Soleil are sweet, fruity, lactonic, warm, spicy, citrus, almond, nutty, caramel, coffee, and white floral. And the top notes are mandarin orange, bitter almond, and cardamom. Middle notes are pear, milk, candied almond, caramel, coffee, and jasmine. And the base notes are praline, white musk, and sandalwood. I'm just so happy to have her back. This fragrance has one of those scent memories attached to it. Is super random. So I don't know if you guys have gone through something like this before, but there's very few fragrances that this does happen with. But to me, when I smell this fragrance, it takes me back to this pharmacy that I used to go to in Puerto Rico. And like, when you would walk in, this is kind of what it would smell like, but it smelled really good. Like, I know that sounds super random, but it's such a unique smell. But I definitely, like, why would I get rid of this? I'm not sure, but I am so thankful that I have it back in my collection, and I definitely recommend this to you guys if you're into those like notes that I read, because The most prominent note to my nose is the cardamom. I do pick up a lot of cardamom in here, along with the mandarin orange. It's like a soft, spicy type of scent. I do pick up the coffee, but it's not prominent in coffee. Like when you smell this, you're not, or at least I don't think that it's a coffee fragrance. It's like sweet, spicy from the cardamom, a little nutty. I do get the almond. It's so good. It's a very, very unique fragrance. So although it does have like those gourmand notes, spicy notes, the coffee, it still has this sophisticated scent to it. So it's, don't think gourmand like Bath and Body Works where you literally smell like food. This has such a high level of just sophistication to it. It smells like a sexy perfume that has those hints of gourmand notes in it, but it's just super feminine to me. I find it very feminine, very sexy, very just beautiful. It's sexy, but not in, it's like that Mon Guerlain sexy where I always tell you guys, like, she's not showing too much, she's not too provocative, but she's sexy herself. Like, she doesn't need to try too hard. Oh, this is so good, and it's so unique. Like, I honestly can't even think of something that smells like this. There's nothing in my collection that smells like this fragrance. I'm going to film a video, by the way, very soon, and it's going to be perfumes that I regret decluttering. Let me know if you find that interesting, because there are some fragrances that I decluttered that I just don't think twice about, and then there are some that I'm like, damn, like, why did I get rid of that? And Soay Laik was one of them. So I'm so happy that she's in my collection. I'm going to be talking more about this one next month. I'm going to put it in my perfume tray and I'm going to give it some love, because for the holidays, if you want to smell like high class, bougie, I feel like this smells like a rich auntie, I swear. But she's still like fun. It's so good. It smells like money. Seriously, it's so good. Now, this next one, I smelled it and I just didn't feel like it was for me. But it's great. Like, the scent itself, I find it a little bit more masculine leaning, and that's probably why. So this next one, and the reason why I thought that I might enjoy this one was because, who was I watching? Anna Lauren. So I was watching her channel, and we have super different tastes in fragrances. So I just like watching her because I do like to hear how people describe fragrances, how people love fragrances. I was watching her videos, and I know that she talked about this one in a video, and for some reason, sometimes I get so wrapped up in the way that someone describes a fragrance, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna love it too, just as much. And I don't know if this one is for me. It has been sitting here since it was shipped for like a week now, so I'm gonna try it with you guys, and maybe it's a little different today. But this is a house that I have not tried. This is my first one from this house, and I'm interested in trying more. It's just that this one might not be the one for me. So this is Mind Games, and this is Katelyn. So here is the gorgeous packaging for this. Really, really nice packaging. It's beautiful. They look like chess pieces. Like, the bottles are beautiful bottles, and they are heavy, very unique. I don't have anything in my collection that looks like this, but even the bottle itself, just, I feel like this would look really, really nice in my husband's perfume tray. He does have a cologne tray going on that I have built for him because I'm the one that always gives him all his colognes. But I'm going to read the main accords first, and then I'm going to try it again with you guys. So the main accords are woody, green, powdery, fresh, iris, earthy, aromatic, floral, and musky. So as you can see, this doesn't have what I usually go for in fragrances, like sweet or fruity or vanilla. All of those things, when I see that in a fragrance, it's usually main accords that I'm like almost always going to love. But this right off the bat looks very different than what I'm used to, but this has fig in it, so I don't know, I just thought that this was going to work for me. So the top notes are fig leaf, sea salt, and bergamot. Middle notes are iris, lotus, and freesia. And the base notes are Madagascar vetiver, sandalwood, musk, woodsy notes, and vanilla. So it actually has really nice notes. Like, they don't sound too offensive or too like hard to like. The opening was really, really nice this time, but as it's starting to dry down, I am getting, I don't know if this is for me. I definitely pick up woody notes. I think this is one that I might have to like give it some time and try it on a few times. It's definitely better than the first time I smelled it. The first time I smelled it, I was just like, no, this is too masculine for me. It felt too manly. It is a very light fresh, airy scent. So it's perfect for like daytime wear. It's earthy for sure. And my skin is really pulling through. It might be the sandalwood. I don't know if I usually struggle with sandalwood sometimes. It's definitely not a fragrance that I'm like in love with at the moment. Like, it's not my favorite. It's not something that I'm very excited to wear, but it's much better than the first time I tried it, that's for sure. And I will say I pick up a lot of woodsy notes. I pick up the fig, but the fig in here, it's not like that coconutty fig where it's kind of creamy. This fig is very green to my nose. So I get green, I get earthy, I get woody, and it's all very airy and light and fresh. It's not like a thick, dense fragrance. Very unique. It's blended beautifully. The notes smell super luxurious and really, really nice. So if you're a fig lover, if you love woody fragrances, you would absolutely love this one. I want to see how it smells on my husband because I have a feeling that on a man, this would smell so good as like a day, like, you know those colognes that are like very strong and they're perfect for nighttime for men, but then there's like those sporty, more airy, wearable everyday scents that are like must-haves for a man. I feel like that's what this is. And this, you could even dress it up as well. Like, I totally see someone dressed up with this also. I would have to completely give it like a full wear to update you guys on this one. So I'm going to work with this one. It's not an absolute no, but it's not an absolute love either. But it's very nicely made. I'm going to try this on my husband. I'm going to see what he thinks about it. I'm going to try and give it a wear myself and see how I feel about it. And I'm going to update you guys on this one. So out of these two, for sure, I would go with Laik Soleil. Like, if you want like a more feminine, bougie woman scent. And then if you want something that's a little bit more unisex, fresh, fig, green, earthy, definitely Katelyn. So I'm going to watch some reviews on this, gonna read up some more on it and see how this goes for me. But I just wanted to show it to you guys, and if you're interested, go ahead and check out the link in the description box as well as the discount for 20% off, So Avant-Garde. So thank you so much to So Avant-Garde for sending these over. I have another special fragrance that was sent over to me by a fellow YouTuber. She's also on Instagram, and her Instagram page is called Feel Good Things, and her name is Katelyn Stone. She does fragrance content, and she DM'd me and asked me if I was interested in trying her fragrance, and I was just like, absolutely yes, go ahead, send it over, because she told me it was a vanilla fragrance. I love vanilla, and I have it here, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So it came in this cute little bag like this. So thank you so much, Katelyn, for sending this over. I already expressed to her how beautiful this fragrance is. When I received it and I picked it up, I sprayed it on myself in the car, and I was just like, it was so good. So this fragrance is called Midnight Vanilla, and here is the bottle. And I'm going to be leaving the link in the description box for those of you who would like to order this fragrance after I let you know the goodness of this fragrance. And I'm going to read her description on this fragrance because she described it like no other person can describe this fragrance. Like, she just described it so perfectly. I told her that in our conversation. I was just like, the way you describe this fragrance is exactly like the roller coaster that it took me on. It was beautiful. It opens up differently from how it dries up on the skin. It takes you on a ride. It's just so good. This one's for my gourmand lovers, so I'm going to read a little bit about it. The top notes are butterscotch, vanilla, and caramel. Keep that butterscotch in mind because I swear that's like what won me over with this one. The middle notes are creamy vanilla, bitter almond, and caramel, and the base is sandalwood, vanilla, cashmere wood, benzoin, and creamy coffee. The notes just sound so beautiful. So this one is probably going to be even better today because I've had it for like a week now. Maybe a little bit more than a week. You know those candies that we used to eat, like if you're around my age, those like butterscotch candies? I think that's exactly what they are. You want to smell like that candy because I know that from scent memory, you know what that smells like because we all had it when we were little. Some of you might not like it, but if you like that scent, it's like a buttery, thick, smooth, yummy scent. That's what this opens up with. It's literally that in the opening. Then that does not last the entirety of the fragrance. So that butterscotch is kind of like what greets you. It's way thicker in the opening than what it ends up being. It just gets a little bit more airy towards the dry down. I start picking up more on like the vanilla, the almond, the caramel. For sure the caramel starts coming through. And then the dry down reminds me of like YSL Black Opium, but not as strong with the florals and just like that coffee note in there with vanilla. This is perfect for this time of the year, and the performance is really nice. So if you're interested in trying this fragrance out, I'm going to be leaving the information in the description box. I'm not making anything from this. She did give me a discount code for you guys. The discount code is Amy10 for 10% off. So I'm going to be leaving the link to the website. It's scentcrafters.com. And I wanted to read the description of this fragrance before I let you guys go. So this is the way she described it. The scent is a perfect vanilla, creamy and sensual, a sexy gourmand. Vanilla holds strong throughout the fragrance as I wanted it in the top, middle, and base notes. However, it takes a turn from beginning to end. In the opening, you get a mouth-watering start of butterscotch, vanilla with caramel lingering in the back, hinting at its existence but withholding its identity. As it begins to dry down, the butterscotch takes a step back, which is exactly what I experienced, as caramel flows through, swirling together elegantly. The dry down is the best part, as the creamy coffee creeps in, merely giving hints in the air of its presence. The sandalwood and vanilla mingle together, inviting the notes to blend together into one incredible fragrance, whisking you away like a magic carpet, floating over the city lights and swirling through the twinkling stars. What a description. And if you love Black Opium, you will love this fragrance, because right away in the dry down, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But I do love how unique it opens up. The butterscotch just took me down memory lane to when I was a kid, and there's not as much florals going on in this one, so I actually really enjoy that and appreciate that. So thank you so much, Katelyn, for sending this over. And if you guys would like to try this out, go ahead and check it out. I definitely think it's beautiful for a gourmand lover, and you can definitely make some really yummy layering combos with this scent right here, and I am sure that it's only going to get better over time. So that is it for my mini haul today. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Go ahead and comment down below which of these fragrances fit you the best, which one you found more intriguing, and also comment down below if you've tried any of these, what your experience is with them, how you enjoy them, or if you don't. We talk about it all in the comment section. And with that said, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next one.